Good evening and thanks for joining your St. George News at 8. I'm Sarah Blakely. Scott Beadle has the week off. A family reunion ended tragically when a 6-year-old boy drowned in a Spanish Fork reservoir Saturday evening. Police say shortly before 4:30 p.m., officers responded to the Spanish Oaks Reservoir for a 6-year-old child reported missing by family members. The child was last seen playing with several other children in the beach area, and after looking for the child for about 15 minutes, the family called police. A citizen found the child in the reservoir shortly after 5 p.m. under about 5 feet of water in the same area where the child was last seen playing. The child was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Officials have not immediately released the boy's name. Residents of an apartment complex in St. George were evacuated after a fire ignited in a single unoccupied unit Sunday night. Crews responded to the fire just before 11 p.m. when an alarm system sounded in an apartment complex on the 300 block of South 1990 East. Initial responders found the smoke coming from the unit and its sprinkler system activated. The unit is unrented and no one was occupying it at the time of the fire. Residents were evacuated from surrounding units as a precaution, but no one was injured. The Southern Nevada Health District is investigating 2 cases of Legionnaire's disease reported in guests who stayed separately at the Rio All-Suite Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. The cases occurred in March and April. After the initial report, the property tested its water system and results indicated a presence of the Legionella bacteria, and chlorine was administered as a disinfectant. The second instance also resulted in a positive reading for the bacteria in the water. Legionnaire's disease is a type of pneumonia contracted by inhaling aerosol droplets of water contaminated with the bacteria. That can include showers, hot tubs, faucets, and fountains, among other things. Most people exposed won't get sick. However, it can cause severe illness and sometimes result in death. If guests who stayed at the Rio develop symptoms within 14 days of their stay, including cough, shortness of breath, fever, and muscle aches, you're advised to seek medical attention. A city park already under construction in Enterprise receives $200,000 from the Washington County Commission. Commissioners approved a resolution to appropriate the city money from its county's recreation fund on Tuesday. Enterprise officials did not ask for a specific amount when they came to the commission with their request, but the resolution originally offered $100,000. The park, which is centrally located in Enterprise, will feature a splash pad, soccer fields, tennis courts, a covered sports court, a playground, and a community center. While the money will allow construction to continue into the summer, the ambitious project is still short of the cash required to bring it to completion. That total price is estimated at $3 million. The Trump administration kicks off another busy week, dubbing it Workforce Development Week. But today, much of the attention has turned to the lawsuits filed by 2 state governments against the president. And there's also the Russia investigation. Attorney General Jeff Sessions is up next in the hot seat to testify before the Senate Intelligence Committee. Stephanie Ramos has the recap from Washington.
Today, President Trump, in his first full cabinet meeting at the White House, talked up his accomplishments so far.
Never has there been a president who's passed more legislation, who's done more things than what we've done.
But what the administration still hasn't been able to do is get any version of their travel ban passed. Today, the Ninth Circuit Court ruled against the president's revised travel ban, which blocks people from 6 predominantly Muslim countries from entering the U.S. for 90 days and suspends the U.S. refugee program for 120 days.
It's fully lawful and ultimately will be upheld by the Supreme Court.
This comes the same day attorneys general from the District of Columbia and Maryland announced plans to sue President Trump, accusing him of violating the Constitution by accepting payments from foreign governments while in office and not fully removing himself from his businesses. Payments benefiting the president's hotels and golf courses.
Never in the history of this country have we had a president with these kinds of extensive business entanglements.
The Trump administration says these interests do not violate the Constitution.
It's not hard to conclude that partisan politics may be one of the motivations behind the suit. The suit was filed by 2 Democratic attorney generals.
And the Justice Department is still trying to figure out what ties, if any, there were between the Trump campaign and Russia. Attorney General Jeff Sessions set to answer questions from the Senate Intelligence Committee about his role in the firing of former FBI Director James Comey and his contacts with Russians during the campaign.
The Trump administration says depending on the scope of questions, it's possible Attorney General Jeff Sessions could invoke executive privilege where conversations with the president are kept confidential. Our chief meteorologist Chris Summers has your southern Utah forecast after this.
The weather tonight is brought to you by AWI Networks, smarter internet.
And welcome back, everyone. A good Monday evening to you. Still seeing some gusty winds across our area here for today, but much cooler weather moved back in for your Monday. After seeing highs in the 90s all weekend long, we made it back into the upper 70s, even some upper 60s in areas just to our north. That's all because of these gusty winds. Been still seeing these gusts as high as 27 miles per hour in St. George. Did see a wind gust here earlier today of 55 miles per hour in Enterprise and 39 mile per hour wind gusts in Cedar City. Look at these temperatures, though. A big change from just 24 hours ago. We saw temperatures in the low 90s yesterday in St. George. 76 degrees, a high temperature late this afternoon. In the low 80s in even parts of southern Nevada. Cedar City at 64 today. 63 degrees, a high temperature in Enterprise. And 75 degrees in Hurricane late this afternoon. As we head to tonight, then, yeah, cool start to our day for your Tuesday, especially in Cedar City. 38 degrees, the overnight low up there with mainly clear skies into the low to mid 50s. Everywhere else, though, around southern Utah from Hurricane to Mesquite to St. George. Again, seeing lots of clear skies. You'll notice those winds dying out as well. Not quite as gusty as we saw for today. Now, here's a look at our St. George forecast then for your Tuesday. Again, seeing temperatures start in the mid 50s. Lots of sunshine throughout the day, though, and should get back into the mid to upper 80s. So a little bit warmer than average, actually, for the next couple of days anyway. And the heat is going to return definitely by the time we get to the end of the work week. That's when those temperatures get back into the triple digits here in parts of southern Utah. Here's what it looks like then for your headlines. Again, lots of sunshine, and we'll see some pleasant weather for your Tuesday. Now, by Wednesday and Thursday, we start to turn a little bit hotter, getting back at least into the 90s on Wednesday. Triple digits return by Thursday and Friday, and it looks like that triple digits over the weekend, too. Lots of sunshine in our forecast. But for our Tuesday, again, not much going on around the area. We'll see some dry weather continuing. Those winds not quite as gusty. A little bit of rain to our north through parts of northern Utah, and that extends off into parts of Wyoming as well, into parts of Idaho too. But again, we're seeing mainly dry weather here in southern Utah. We'll keep that dry weather going over the next couple of days, but we are going to start to warm those temperatures back up. You'll notice that especially by the middle part of our work week. But here's a look at your forecasted highs for some of our hometowns to our north. Cedar City for your Tuesday in the upper 70s, 64 degrees the anticipated high in Enterprise. We'll see mostly sunny skies, a little gusty on those winds, but not as bad as they were today. About 15 to 20 miles per hour through much of the day. Back into the upper 80s to low 90s. Littlefield at 91. Mesquite at 91 as well for our Tuesday. Otherwise, mid to upper 80s around St. George. Again, pleasant weather, but a little bit warmer. West winds at 10 miles per hour. Your Cedar City forecast for the next 7 days. Yeah, we get warmer for the weekend, and look at that weekend. Seeing temperatures in Cedar City in the upper 90s. Could be as warm as 99 by early next week in Cedar City, and that means we're going to be in the 100-degree range then here in St. George and southern Utah. We'll get in the 90s for Wednesday, and by the time we get to Thursday, Friday, and that weekend, could be looking at 106 to 108-degree temperatures. Again, some blazing sunshine out there and lots of hot weather in the forecast, so get out and enjoy the next couple of days. You'll see temperatures staying pretty nice here for Tuesday before we start to warm back up Wednesday, and especially by the end of the work week.
I think the numbers of the temperature correlates with the amount of SPF you're going to want in your sunscreen on those days.
Yeah, it looks like it all runs together as one temperature for about the next 6 days or so, from about 1,000,000 degrees out there is what it's going to feel like, that's for sure. So get out and enjoy tomorrow before that warm temperatures, those hot temperatures get back by the end of the week.
Thanks a lot, Chris. We'll be right back after this. Take a look at this. How hungry are you? Pizza makers in Southern California just made the world's longest pizza, officially grabbing the Guinness World Record from Italy. It's over a mile of cheesy, saucy pizza at the Auto Club Speedway in Fontana. It topped out at over 6,300 feet. You're
Wow.
going to have to get a few friends to share that one.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks for watching tonight. Have a great evening. We'll see you back here tomorrow.